So CDPR has actually updated us today in a financial call just moments ago on Cyberpunk 2077's upcoming expansion, and they've literally given us a roadmap of what we can be expecting in 2022 throughout this year and going into next year of 2023. Going into 2023, we can look more on maybe some more details, but they said the expansion for Cyberpunk 2077 will not release until 2023. Well, that's their projected release date, right? So anyone that was hoping for something sooner, like maybe sometime this year, obviously, a lot of us anticipated that is now pushed to 2023 for Cyberpunk 2077. Hey, if they're going off the premise of we're not going to release anything until it's actually done, no more bugs. Hopefully they've learned that lesson. They should have stuck with that whole premise before releasing Cyberpunk 2077, but they've been doing a lot of hard work trying to pull a No Man's Sky redemption arc and flip that game around. So let's hope they release the expansion and what we would expect it to actually be a good solid game from CDPR, because we do know they do amazing work. So I hope they stick to that premise and do not release anything unless they feel it is ready to be released to the public. But moving down to the roadmap that CDPR gave us, the production plans for 2022, development work on Cyberpunk 2077 expansion, which they have a team doing that, development work on the new Witcher game based on the Unreal Engine 5, which we already knew that they were pretty much working on since they announced it, further support for Cyberpunk 2077, so they are not dropping the game whatsoever, they're going to be doing more bug fixes, development work on the next-gen version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Just recently, if you missed my previous video, I'll link it up here in the description. They are doing this in-house now. They took it from Saber Interactive, which I think it was a team or development studio in Russia. I'm pretty sure that was working on the next-gen version, and now they are doing it more in-house. Matter of fact, I'm actually excited that they're doing it in-house with the old original developers that haven't worked on The Witcher 3 for years, like 7 years ago. A lot of people have been posting on Twitter, a lot of the old devs like, man, this is really crazy to be working on The Witcher 3 again 7 years later. And I'm thinking, wow, the nostalgia must be just running wild, So I hope the actual original team that's kind of working or having a hand in the next gen update gives it that extra edge we need, not just trying to make something to sell another copy or just put it out there. I hope it's really something we can all enjoy for next gen version, because don't forget, we're also getting extra content with the next gen. It's not just a graphical update. Now, the development work at Molasses Flood on an unannounced project based on one of their franchises, they said. Also, a launch of a spin-off to Gwent, the Witcher card game, so that's going to be interesting to see. Further support for Gwent, the Witcher card game, in the Witcher Monster Slayer, and a conceptual and research work on unannounced projects. So CDPR is finally giving us a good understanding of what we should expect throughout the year of 2022, right? We're finally seeing a roadmap, something I wish they would have done a while ago, but this has me really excited to see that, they have a lot of work that's been, in place for a while, and that they are going to keep implementing on the next gen, the new Witcher game, Cyberpunk 2077's expansion, and future bugs and updates. So we have a lot that's coming to us throughout 2022 all the way into 2023 and more, and they're going to be giving us even more updates in the future. Now, with that being said, they also posted that The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has sold over 40 million copies recently. It's ridiculous. And 65 million all in general, I think, throughout the entire Witcher series. But 40 plus million of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and 18 plus million copies sold of Cyberpunk 2077 as of April 14th, 2022. Now, I just want to get this out of the way and say this one thing before we end the video, and that's if anyone has any doubts towards CDPR, and I'm not defending them, I'm not going to defend any gaming studio, but CDPR has delivered really outstanding quality video games, and they've always worked really hard to deliver on really good content. Cyberpunk 2077 was a really big letdown for the majority of us. I was really disappointed in what that game had to offer when it first released. If I look at it, what type of game it is now, I mean, if they advertised it as what it is, honestly, there would be no disappointment. Everyone would realize that it was more of a linear single-player game, and the illusion of choice, it seems like it's really there. But they seem to be really altering and trying to change things up a lot, but honestly, I do enjoy Cyberpunk 2077, even though I was pretty disappointed in it when it first released. Witcher 3 just held such a high standard, and I feel like they should have really waited to release that game. But besides that, you guys, we can't just leave this hanging over CDPR's head. Like, don't forget about it. Keep it in the back of your mind. I'm not saying you got to pre-order things or whatever else like that, but you know, if Hello Games can pull off that No Man's Sky redemption arc, and that was one of the biggest, craziest things I've ever seen when it came to lying about what a game is, you know, I feel like CDPR can really redeem themselves. They just need to stop making false promises on when they want to release certain, you know, either games or updates or anything, and then keep pushing it back, because that is what irritates the fans as well. Even though they're trying to be transparent, don't say anything until you know. I know they're excited to share stuff with us, share things, but don't overly share things, right? Just give us a little bit. That's all we ask for. We'll be patient, you know? I mean, we've been patient for how long for a new Bethesda game? Same way, like Elder Scrolls 6, where are you? But with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was informative and you got to see this roadmap, and you're excited as I am to see where CDPR will be taking us throughout the rest of the year of 2022 and going into 2023, and hopefully we hear something in 2024 for The Witcher 4. With that being said, you guys, that's all the news and update I have for you in this video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, you guys. You help push this content and help push the channel even further, and I really appreciate all the support you guys give. If you like the video, a thumbs up is always appreciated. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. You can always follow me on Twitter at HamboneGaming, and by the way, I have a Discord that'll be linked down in the description as well. I'm trying to be in there as much as possible to interact with you guys the best I can. So with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.